Thank you for joining us tonight for the final micro pitch event of 2022. Thank you to our host location, the city of Hampton, as well as the cities of Newport News, Poquoson, and Greater Williamsburg, which consists of the city of Williamsburg, James City County, and York County. Hey, Tim, what's in store for tonight?
Hey, thank you, Gary. As you mentioned, tonight's the final night of the micro pitches for 2022. And tonight, what's happening is we're going to find out who the final three pitchers are that are going to appear in our finale event on November 10th. So how did we get to where we are today? We have had two micro pitches before this one. We had one in March where the top three advanced. We had one in September. Those top three advanced. And then tonight we will find out who the top three are. And then we will have the top 9 pitchers of 2022 that are all going to compete on November 10th, fighting for the three $5,000 top prizes and some seed funding. So, Gary, before we get started, what are the rules of the house for everybody?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. We have a couple of requests. One, please refrain from using the group chat feature to make comments to everyone, especially while someone is pitching their business. It's distracting to the pitcher and the rest of the audience. Number two, if you want to use the chat feature to connect with a specific person, please go direct with that person that you want to connect with. And again, try not to do it when they're in the middle of their pitch. And three, thanks in advance for honoring those requests. So we're here to get going tonight. As Tim mentioned, we have 10 pitchers, and each pitcher will have 3 minutes to pitch their business. That will be followed by 2 minutes of Q&A with the judges. And the way Q&A works is that all three judges will ask their questions, one after another, and then the pitcher will have 2 minutes to answer the questions asked. So those of you who are pitching, be sure you have a way to take notes as the judges ask their questions. And judges, just so you know, I'm going to rotate through the three of you. So each of you will start it as we go progressively through the group of pitchers. We'll have a different starter. And then pitchers, please don't answer any of the questions until all the judges have provided their questions. Tim, speaking of judges, who are the judges for tonight?
Yeah, this is something we spend a lot of time making sure that we have the right judges that are in place. One, we want to make sure that there's experience, business experience, there's experience in identifying businesses that are on the right track. This is a platform to validate your business, so they have experience in that business validation process. And on top of that, these are people that can help you. These judges, they have an extensive network, so they'll be able to help you in more ways than what you may realize. But first on the docket tonight, we have Bo Turner, and Bo is the man behind 757 Makerspace. So there is a location in Norfolk, and most recently one on Fort Monroe and Hampton. So for those in the makerspace world, Bo is the one that you need to know. So thanks for joining us, Bo. And next up, we have Jeff Johnson. And Jeff Johnson is with us from Virginia Tech in the Tech Center in Newport News. He is a repeat judge, a fan favorite for everybody. Thanks so much, Jeff. Appreciate you coming back. And finally, we have William McFeet. And William is a new judge to the group, and he's representing the Virginia Small Business Development Center ICAP program. So this is, again, this is strategic in nature in the sense of part of the winning package for folks is to go through that commercialization training, and that's what ICAP is all about. So this is an early way for you all to get on the radar for ICAP. So William, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome. Thanks.
And so the way that everything's going to work tonight, we're going to have the first 5 pitchers. They will pitch their business. We'll take a 10-minute break. Then we'll come back from that. The final 5 pitchers will then pitch. Once that is complete, the judges are going to be whisked off to their deliberation room. They are going to argue or fight, whatever they need to do to determine who the top 3 are. And then during that time, there'll be another intermission for us. We'll talk chit chat, question and answer, whatever the case is, to answer any questions that you have. But then they'll come back once their decision is made, and then we will announce the final 3 businesses that are going to advance in November's final pitch, championship pitch event. So as a reminder, the pitchers, we know that you're nervous. Have fun with this. Just a friendly reminder, unmute yourself, share your screen, and then once your pitch is done, stop sharing your screen. The judges will ask all of their questions. Then once the last question is asked, we'll put that 2 minutes on the clock, answer those questions, and then when you're done, mute yourself, and then we'll move on. So Gary, let's get started.
Okay, so first up, we have Paul Telkamp from Cutulus. And so Paul, are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Yep, floor is yours.
All right. So companies often get Office 365 and just start using it for email, but there are a multitude of tools that come with that license. And when they start trying to use the tools, they find out that it can be confusing, as some tools have similar functions. Knowing which tool to pick and how to plan your path is important to build your business. Along with Office 365 comes Azure services. Azure is a companion environment that has more than 200 tools, and that can lead to companies spending money and time due to using the wrong product. It's kind of like using a library without a librarian. We provide support in Office 365 and Azure and treat the customer with the highest importance. We analyze their business processes, and we provide feedback and support around the services that they do use. What makes us different is our patience and our ability to talk with clients on their level. And although they may be stressed about their situation, we calm them through the process. It would require massive time and effort to train internal resources to know what we know. And we support your internal IT team that has the institutional knowledge and help with getting the tribal knowledge out of the departments. I started Cutulus in 2007, doing side projects for clients. And as my career stalled, I switched to getting work through my company. Our mission is to provide smart, educated, and knowledgeable IT solutions that improve internal communication and process efficiency for the business. Our clients vary wildly in size, location, and industry, and we help the client where they need it. Our knowledge is around the platform, and we help to transform how the work is done and help you focus on being the best company that you can be. Productivity and efficiency is the key to differentiating your business from the competition and retaining employees. And we only need to have a handful of businesses to be wildly successful. We are looking for clients that want to become more productive and have a desire to change their culture around knowledge sharing. Often our customers just want to know what is possible or have us help automate the menial task. And just looking for introductions to clients and help with marketing and business development. Thank you.
Okay, and then unshare your screen. Stop sharing. Great, so you got something to take some notes, Paul? And our judges, are you ready? Ready for the questions? So we're going to start with Bo tonight.
Excellent, thanks. Paul, fantastic presentation on that. Good job, as well as the background that you have in that already. It sounds very extensive. You mentioned introductions being the next thing that's helpful. What is the key thing that you're looking for in introduction? Like what is the most ideal client to fill that, and how could we help provide that?
Okay, next, Jeff.
Yeah, great presentation as well. I really want to get my arms around what problem you're solving and how you know it's a problem.
Okay, and finally, William.
Hi, nice job. I'd like to know how you're intending to reach your customers, given that you're talking about from one individual to small-sized companies, I guess. So I'd like to hear more about that.
Okay, Paul, as soon as you start responding to those questions, Tim will give you 2 minutes.
Okay, so my idea around the client is really just trying to find people that are frustrated with their business processes and trying to understand what they can do and what they can't do. If you're trying to automate a process and you're having trouble with that, that's often a time where I can come in and help automate the process, change the form, reduce the number of steps that are needed, and help the entire process that way. As far as knowing what the problem is and how that can be addressed, it really depends on the client. So some clients, we come in and we do a intranet and build out all of the SharePoint sites, build out teams, help them understand how that works. And some of our clients, we help with the Power Platform, business automation, and business intelligence and reporting. And lastly, it's just there's a lot of information that is around this platform, and it's very, I mean, it's an enormous amount of information, and often clients are getting overwhelmed with the amount of information that they have access to. And they don't know which direction to go.
Awesome. That's time.
Okay, all right, thanks, Paul. Okay, judges, I'll give you a few seconds here to just fill out your sheet and just give me a thumbs up that you're ready to move on to the next pitcher. Boza ready. Williams ready. Rita, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just let me wait for Jeff to give me the thumbs up, and then the floor is yours. Okay, Jeff's good. Floor is yours, Rita. Please welcome Rita Smith from Naggy App.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, here's the problem. Picture this. You had a long, hard, stressful day at work, and the last thing you want to do, come home to a house with chaos. And it's chaotic because you told your kids to get their chores done, but instead you find them on their cell phone. Now you have to fight with them. It causes even more stress, and you may even turn into mommy dearest. Now, this is such a huge problem that ABC and other news outlets have done many stories on this. But this is not only happening in the US, this is worldwide, with countries sending their kids to phone detox boot camp. Now I hear you asking, is there a solution for this problem? You bet there is. With my engineering background and military and parent experience, I heard the cries out from parents for help. To solve this age-old problem, I use new technology, and I'm so glad to introduce you guys to Naggy. Naggy is a revolutionary chore and task app that has a special feature to shut down the child's phone if the chore is not completed. That means no talk, text, or getting on the internet. The only thing they can do is call their parents, and their parents have the ability to unlock the phone once the chore is completed. Now, Naggy's going to disrupt the app space. It gives parents value by saving time, reducing stress, no fighting and debating. They get back the control and leverage, keep the peace in their homes, and it promotes quality family time. We've done our research. Our customers are women and parents that have kids ages 7 to 17. Women drive 80% of all consumer purchases in the trillions, according to Forbes, which means we won't have a problem with our subscription of $9.99 a month and a 14-day free trial. We'll further monetize through our upgrades and our in-app purchases. Now, according to the BLS, 34 million parents have kids under the age of 18. So our segment is 20 million. We don't want to be too ambitious with our numbers. So at 0.2%, we feel like we can get 41,000 customers, and that translates to $5 million our first year. So that's exciting news. Let me introduce you to our team. That's myself, my mentor, Amanda Vino, and Rajesh, the developer, and Cynthia Shields, marketing. So I have a question. Who wants to let Naggy do the nagging for you and get your kids to do anything without saying a word? Now I'm gonna leave you with this. With Naggy App, this could be your house. This could be your kids. They're gonna do their chores now because they don't want their cell phones to shut down. This could be your family. Instead of the fighting and the arguing, you guys can get the peace in your home and start building those wonderful, happy memories. Thank you. And I'm just gonna leave you guys with my prototype. You'll see how it works off the cell phone. So that's how you sign in. So whenever it's time, just let me know. But yeah, so this is how you get into the app. You can choose your child, you pick a date, your time, and you can do rewards and prizes, and also set the alarm whether you want the phone to shut down or not.
Speaking of alarms, that's time.
Okay.
Cool. So thank you, Rita. Go ahead and unshare your screen. Perfect. Do you have something to take some notes with? And we'll get
Yes,
started
sir.
with our judges. And Jeff, we're going to start with you this time.
Fantastic. Thanks, Gary. So that was a great presentation, and I think we all can kind of relate to getting things done. I want to know about the customer discovery. Did you do customer discovery, and how many parents did you talk to in shaping your solution?
Okay, next go to William.
Apologies. Great presentation. Thank you. Enjoyed that. As you mentioned on your slide, you were going to get 41,000 customers in year one. I just wondered how you intend to get to that number of customers in year one.
And Bo.
Excellent. Rita, I am your ideal customer. We literally in our household had the same problem last night. We're working in multiple platforms, right? Our family works everything from iPhones, Android, other things. How are you going to handle that cross-platform and potentially blocking from one device to another from the vendor side?
Okay, Rita, when you're ready to start answering, Tim will give you 2 minutes, and the floor is yours.
Okay. So I'll take you both first. Yes, that's a great question. Android is much easier, and we can shut down the phone, no problem. But as you know, with iOS, iPhone, they're about the customer experience. We have to do what we call a workaround. So we kind of get around that issue by like putting up a notification that's annoying for the kid that they can't use the phone. But that's a great question to ask. But yes, you can use the app with both of those platforms. It's just that we have to be a little trickier when it comes to iPhone. And as far as Jeff, how many parents, I've talked to a lot of parents, and what I'm doing right now, I'm compiling a list of parents for our beta testing phase. And I'm just getting, just like what Bo said, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I even had a police officer beg me to do this. Like, people are really happy about this app because it's going to solve a lot of problems for families. It's not just your grandma's chore and task app, right? So, and then as far as William, I'm sorry, yeah, how to get to 41,000. Well, so, when you're forecasting, you got to do your best to guess. I mean, I didn't want to be too ambitious, but the way we did it, we looked at the BLS, and that has like data of how many parents have kids. And so, I just kind of estimated. I mean, didn't want to do anything above 0.5%. I really feel we can get those customers through one, word of mouth, but two, also you have like your social media influencers, mom and parents, and you got Facebook groups. And with the beta testing, I'm already, like I said, getting a lot of feedback of customers who want this. So I hope I answered all you guys' questions.
That's time.
Okay, thanks, Rita. Judges, give you a few seconds to complete your sheets. Bo's good. William's good. Dominique, are you ready? We're just waiting on one more judge, but just make sure you're ready, Dominique. Are you good, Jeff? Okay, cool. Dominique, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Dominique Hawkins from Hemo-stat Vitamins.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
We can.
All right, thank you. All right, picture it, Sicily, 1922. Oh, wait, that's the wrong story. Hold on. I know you guys are titled the same old vitamin pitches. Well, let me tell you what makes Hemo-stat different. Hemo-stat is the only vitamin formulated to increase blood volume quickly, and this is especially helpful for patients having cosmetic surgery that particularly have low blood volume. The problem is patients undergoing cosmetic surgery, such as Brazilian butt lifts, tummy tucks, and breast augmentation. Many of them have lower than normal blood volume or hemoglobin, but they are, despite this, they're taking large amounts of iron supplements. As they're doing this, they're risking rescheduling and cancellation because despite taking those supplements, they're not actually increasing their levels that they need to be at. The solution was clear for me as a nurse practitioner at the time. I created Hemo-stat. Hemo-stat has the ability to boost their iron quickly, their levels quickly, and it does that by having a different type of iron than most vitamins do. Most vitamins have ferrous sulfate and ferrous gluconate, which are just two different vitamin compounds that are found in your regular grocery stores or pharmacies. But Hemo-stat has ferrous fumarate, which has more bioavailability and is more readily usable for a patient's body. Our target market are patients or women between the ages of 18 and 54 who are currently scheduled for surgery and or looking into cosmetic surgery. There are currently no vitamin brands that are specifically marketed for cosmetic surgery patients, although they all are required to take vitamins and are told so by their surgeons before surgery. Hemo-stat uses a micro marketing plan that I created with my first business. Micro marketing is just a way of business marketing their business in a Facebook group by using the admins of a group instead of using Facebook's algorithm to reach their target market. Hemo-stat's revenue, since our soft launch, we've had $1,000 in sales since September 4th, and that is at $25 a bottle. Hemo-stat itself costs $5.90 a bottle to make with our manufacturer, including our labels. And we've had great success with patients that have lower hemoglobin because we market directly to them in those Facebook groups. Our team consists of myself, and I am a board certified nurse practitioner, duly certified in cardiovascular and family nurse practitioner, as well as the owner of NP On Demand, which is a clearance service that clears patients for cosmetic surgeries in Miami. So I have direct access to those patients. My receptionist, Sabrina, as well, who helps me with shipping. And at this point, what we need to be successful with Hemo-stat would be just more funds for marketing on Google and to expand our reach as far as our demographic is concerned. And that is it. And I just want to let you all know that all vitamins are not created equal.
That is time.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Dominique. Do you have something to take so you can unshare your screen?
Okay.
And stop sharing. And then we have some questions for you. So as long as you have something to write down some notes. For
I let you guys see. I don't know if you can see the bottle. Can you see the bottle?
A little bit.
Nope.
It's being, there you go.
To the background.
Yes. So Hemo-stat actually is a real product. It is real. It is live. So that is a bottle and what it does. The label does look like.
Okay, great. So judges, you ready? We're going to start with William this time.
Hi, Dominique. So my background is actually as a scientist in the pharma industry. So I'm curious to know what data you have generated to show that the product actually works.
Okay, Bo.
Dominique, that was a fantastic presentation. Good target marketing and understanding there. What other markets do you need to be able to grow into that would be helpful, would be my question. Fantastic presentation.
And Jeff.
Yeah, of course, not coming from the medical field, I don't know if this requires FDA or USDA approval. And what if I have normal blood level volumes, and what impact, if any, would taking this have on me?
Okay, and Dominic, when you start answering the questions, Tim will give you 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'll answer the first question first. So as far as the data is concerned, as a nurse practitioner, I have access to order my patients' labs. So before I did the big launch, I soft launched it with my patients individually. So I would put them on my vitamins 2 a day for 10 days, and then I would send them to LabCorp and repeat their hemoglobin. And I would get a baseline one and then a repeat one, only allowing them to take Hemo-stat 2 tablets, and on average, they increase about 1.5 to 3 deciliters per gram. So they've done well with those. The second question is for the marketing, the more marketing to get into. So Hemo-stat can be marketed to technically any patient that is anemic. We chose that smaller market because we knew that we can reach them easier in those Facebook groups because they have large numbers. Forget about the Facebook algorithm. They're not reaching my patients. I'm paying the admin $30 a week to post and reach people and get in front of them. So that is pretty much, this is a bigger vitamin than just being this, but we're going to launch it in this smaller group, and they're not a small group, but this group, and then we'll go bigger after that. As far as FDA approval is concerned, vitamins themselves are not they don't have to be FDA approved, but the labeling has to be FDA regulated. They have to say that these claims are not or validated by the FDA, and the vitamin company that you use has to have their source of the vitamins have to be FDA source, and they do get inspections from USDA and other places because they are using and creating something that you actually eat. So even though the vitamin itself is not regulated in a sense, where the vitamin ingredients come from and where they are created, that is regulated.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks, Dominique. Judges, give you a few seconds to complete your sheets. Bo's good. And James, are you ready? William's good. Jeff, are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, Hazel, you ready to go?
Yep, let me get my screen.
Yep. And then whenever you start, Tim will give you your 3 minutes and we'll just keep moving.
Okay, I'm up, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, you're not up yet. We don't see your screen
Not
yet.
up. Okay, hold on. Helps if I hit that button.
There you go. Okay, and once you get the presentation started, there you go. Everybody, please welcome Hazel Smith from That Art Store.
People are in search of locally handmade products. They're tired of mass-produced goods and going to big box stores. And artisans are looking to sell their handmade wares and creations somewhere other than craft shows and outdoor markets. Individuals and families, especially in this economy, are looking for affordable and fun activities. That Art Store is a collection of local artisans where you'll find mostly handmade and repurposed items. And there's a few found treasures too. With over 40 artisans in one location and also online at thatartstore.com, we have a bright and cheery atmosphere for artisans to showcase their talents as well as share their knowledge. We have a variety of classes from kids walk-in crafts, sewing, painting, resin, glass etching, and much more. And we're located in the Children's Museum courtyard. And if the bubbles are blowing, we're open. I overcame agoraphobia with a little deaf chihuahua named Hooch. He was the reason for my first business, Hazel's Handiwork, maker of the doggone bag, hands-free pet carrier. The doggone bag was trademarked last year and gave me the courage to not only leave my house, but to travel and sell at expos and become a vendor at another shop, which eventually moved on. I'm Hazel Smith, survivor of agoraphobia and founder of That Art Store, which opened in March of this year. Every day I hear customers say to me, or I overhear them say, what a beautiful, cute, or unique store. I need to tell my family and friends. I even received a wonderful email from a family to show me that their daughter had displayed her Paint Your Pet masterpiece in their home when they returned from their vacation. We already have several positive Google reviews, and they touch on our gorgeous artwork and our at-home vibe, as well as call us a gem for Portsmouth. We're also featured in the Portsmouth Visitors Guide as a shop that you must visit. There is a place you can go to forget your troubles. It's a store where you rarely find doubles. So go to that art store. You're sure to find more. You only need to follow the bubbles. Thank you.
Great.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead and unshare or stop sharing your screen. And judges, we'll start with Bo this time. Hazel, got something to write some questions down with?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll start with Bo.
Excellent. Hazel, congratulations. Your business looks fantastic. I like the location. I like what you're doing.
Thank you.
But my only question would be, what do you need to grow?
Okay, next, Jeff.
Yeah, he stole my ask. It had to do with scaling. You're a unique person. You're great presentation. I don't know how you replicate yourself to do this more, but how do you scale it? I know it's the same as growing, but I can't think of anything else.
Okay, William.
Great presentation. I really enjoyed that as well. Thanks. I guess it seems that it's not a problem you're solving. It's more like you're providing an opportunity here. And I was just wondering if do you have plans to rotate the artists that are present in the store, or not? Will the artists that appear in the store, will you be changing those on a regular basis or not? And how would that impact your business?
Okay, so Hazel, once you start talking, Tim will give you 2 minutes to answer the judges' questions.
Okay. Well, Bo and Jeff, you have basically the same question. And what I would love to do is to open more stores like this. But right now, to grow, we're working with the museum and we're working with schools and homeschoolers as far as doing crafts with kids. I also am working with Portsmouth tourism. I have a AAA group coming in at Christmas time. We're going to be doing Christmas ornaments based on local, like the Commodore Theater or icons of Portsmouth. I want to showcase Old Town. Old Town needs everybody needs to see the good side of Portsmouth. As far as artisans changing, we change everything with the season anyway. So artisans bring in different items all year long, but we do have a small turnover. We have our regulars that are there all the time, but there are some that aren't quite the right fit, so they move on. And we have others that come in and take their place.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Hazel.
Thank you.
So our next,
Yeah, I think James is still working some issues.
okay. So our next picture, Angel, are you ready?
For the judges, that would be row 18.
Yeah, Angel Adell from Ephe and Esther.
Yes. All
Okay,
right,
are you ready to roll?
let's go.
Okay, please welcome Angel Adell from Ephe and Esther.
All right. Can you see? All right. Welcome to Ephe and Esther. Now, Ephe and Esther is a lifestyle boutique for modern women, but we're going to talk today about Ephe Collective. Ephe Collective, well, let's get right into it. I came into this issue, I've been working over 15 years in retail, and from what I saw was that a lot of women were coming in for buying clothes for specific events. However, they always had a lot of clothes in their closet. So from my job, from working in retail and as a stylist, I saw a problem that women needed a better way to shop, okay? And the opportunity that we have with this is that women are going into the workforce more. So we have an increase in the women who are making the financial decisions and the women who are taking C-level executive positions. Also, women spend about an hour a day shopping as well online, excuse me. Yeah, they spend an hour a day shopping online. But with all of this shopping, all of this money being spent, sustainability is a huge issue because women only wear about 20 to 30% of their closet. And then the rest they give away or they donate or they throw away. And then the chemicals that are making these clothes are absolutely horrible. I'm not gonna digress on that. So how do we solve these problems? Well, we start with my research, and I researched two companies, Garmentier and Clo3D, and we're going to go through their features. So Garmentier is what I used when I was styling my clients. It had a beautiful customer-facing app where I was able to put together different outfits for my clients. I was able to communicate with them and put my own brand on them. Clients loved it. I could also send them clothes. Now, Clo3D came into effect when I decided I wanted to get into the manufacturing. Clo3D is a fashion design software that offers virtual fittings, and it also allows me to put the measurements of my client and create an avatar so I can be able to show the clothing, the material, and how it drapes on the client and give a virtual fitting to them. So when you bring these two together, now we have we're able to create a user-focused application to capture data. And more importantly, we're able to empower our clients to build their brand through their wardrobe. So this is the evolution of personalized and sustainable wardrobe commerce. That is what Ephe Collective is. The customer timeline, really the main focus on this is that although you get to use the app, they come in for consultations, this omni-channel experience is membership based through the clothing design and the simulations and the virtual fittings. So who am I? I'm Angel Adell, and I'm a pit bull with stilettos on. All right, so who's silently screaming?
That is time.
Okay, yes.
Okay, thanks, Angel.
You're welcome.
Go ahead and stop sharing.
Okay.
And then grab your note-taking device. And we will start this time with Jeff.
Okay, great presentation. Good job on it. You talked about the essence of your solution. Is it around customizable clothes based on the technology that you're doing? Are you manufacturing? I wasn't really sure what the essence of the business was. So if you can clarify that, that'd be great for me.
Can we go on to William?
Yeah, hi, Angel. Again, really nice presentation. I think I may have not picked up something correctly because I thought that your business was going to be somehow addressing the only using 20% of the wardrobe, but
Right.
It seems like you're still requiring customers to buy something every time. So I don't see the link to reducing the or increasing the usage of the wardrobe.
Okay, and Bo?
If I understood, the other portion is you're creating a technology platform underneath here. I'd like to hear just a little bit more to understand. Are you focused more on that technology platform or on providing the clothing or fashion portion for that?
Okay, Angel, so when you start talking, answering the questions, Tim will give you 2 minutes.
So those are really excellent questions. So as of right now, I'm working at Details on Granby with Mr. Randall Tucker, he's a clothier for men. So what we are doing is establishing how women can create a wardrobe with customizable clothing using this technology. So we have the front-facing app where they're able to go in and allow a stylist to style them. However, using their measurements, we're able to give them clothes for fall, winter, spring, summer, and design it to their bodies. And so if they wanted some blouses or they wanted to go with a different color to brand themselves or to just create a new look for themselves, we can show them that in virtual fittings and customization that would reduce the amount of waste that comes with clothing production. I wanted to address the 20% wardrobe. Yes, we want to address the 20% wardrobe use. That comes with helping a woman or a man build a solid wardrobe. They call it a capsule wardrobe, but that is what we do. So we do have through the membership, we offer styling, offer us to come and do what's called a closet audit. And then we're able to style pieces they have in their closet with pieces that they can purchase through this customization app.
Okay, we good, Tim? Okay, thanks, judges. I'll give you a chance to put your notes in. We're going to take a 5-minute break. So let's take a 5-minute break, and we are going to start again with James after the break. So I'll see you all back in 5 minutes. I've got 6:48, so we'll be back at 6:53. Okay, and we have James. James, you can go ahead and share your screen. You got 3 minutes. Please welcome James Wiggins from For the People, by the People.
Okay, I have no screen to share, so.
Okay, good. So you're just going to talk to us. Awesome. The floor is yours.
Right. Ponder this. You pack 6 different outfits to go on vacation. Now comes the choice of heavier. And if you're anything like me, the different styles and colors you have, you might wind up packing 8 to 10 hats, correct? Okay, ponder that same picture, but only having to pack 1 to 2 hats. How, you might ask? I'll explain that to you shortly. My name is James Wiggins. Our company is 4BTP, which stands for For the People, by the People. And we are going to change the hat industry completely. Did you know that the baseball cap hasn't changed its look since the 1800s? Still have the brim and the crown. And either you have a different color crown or a different color brim, either way, until now. Introducing for the first time, the oak hat and the switch. Together, combined, will give a hat 3 different appearances. 1, this is 2. Then when you flip the switch on them, that's 3. Okay. What we do, we make hats and hat accessories that give a hat 3 different appearances and an infinite number of possibilities to customize your accessories. What we need, capital, credit, and partners. The company, myself, I have a cutter named Mrs. Jordan and a sewer named Mrs. Gladdy. Our business plan is to sell through retail outlets and online orders and future license designed by myself. The product, the oak hat, is a hat with stud fasteners attached to the brim. The switch is fabric of any kind sewn together to make a cover for the brim. Okay, our target market will be males ages 18 to 35 for fashion and sports. The competitive market looks very promising. After searching the internet and any patent similar, there's no product on the market like ours. The oak hat and the switch are unique products. The Tam Fit is a one-of-a-kind baseball hat for women and men. Our pricing projection is we sell a hat for $65, $35 for the oak hat and $30 for the switch. Our competitors' pricing ranges from $24, $25 to $65.
And that's time.
Okay, thanks, James. You got take some notes for the questions you're going to get? Okay, we're going to start with William this time.
Hi, James. I would like to know from you what you've done in the way of customer discovery activity on this. Did it evaluate the level of interest and from by whom?
Did you catch that, James? Okay, can you just repeat that for him, William?
Okay, sure. So James, I would just like you to tell me what kind of customer discovery you've done to see if you're, if there's people out there genuinely interested in your product.
Okay, and then next, Bo.
One, good recovery under presentation. Way to just kind of take that and roll ahead with it. My question, you had brought up about the idea of a patent inside of there. Have you filed or looked at filing a provisional patent to be able to protect that?
Okay. And Jeff.
Yeah, my question is around SKUs and SKU proliferation. When you have these fashion kind of things, how many SKUs do you plan to offer, and how are you going to manage those SKUs as the business starts to, if the business starts to grow?
Okay, so James, Tim will give you 2 minutes once you start answering the questions.
Okay, I have one question to ask before I start. The last one, what do you mean by SKUs?
The number of stock keeping units, like the different styles that you have. Anytime we talk about retail, the number of SKUs always becomes a challenge. So I want to know how you would address that.
Okay, for the first question, as far as the testing went and how we would know if anybody would accept it, we've done went out and did with flea markets, talked with flea markets, and sold the switches out, the OPAT and the switch that way. And I also talked with I don't know if you know Boo Williams of AAU basketball, and I think his name is John Sheeler of Big Shots, and talk with them, and they're interested in it. With that, what we're going to do is next year, because I talked to them so late in the season, next year we plan to have me come in with the product and sell it to the customers when they come in and see how it goes there. As far as the patent goes, the patent, it is patented, but it's patented under another product because I developed it from the product that I had prior to this, before this came along. And as far as the SKUs go, what I have is the material that I have, I just take and cut the prefab it, if I could say it that way. I prefab everything. So the material I have is I have what I do, and if I run out, my plan is to just say, we don't have this in stock anymore. But I haven't talked to anybody about scaling production, so I didn't know too much about like I know too much about it.
And that is time.
Okay, thank you, James. All right, judges, a few seconds to put your notes in. And Tim, you're up next. Are you ready for us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, as soon as I get a thumbs up from the 3 judges, we'll be ready to roll for you. So we got a thumbs up from Bo, William, Jeff. Okay, Tim, please welcome Tim McDaniel from Spare Change.
Can you see my screen?
We can.
Okay. Growing up with mental illness and addiction in my family was traumatic. Mental illness and addiction is something that we all struggle with. I was in a very dark place and didn't know what to do. Our toxic masculinity culture made me think that I'm not supposed to be weak or ask for help as a man. Half of Americans have fewer than 3 close friends. After the pandemic, we had an epidemic of loneliness. Lots of people lack meaning in our lives, so we fill the void with food, sex, shopping, and technology. What if there was an app that made it easy to donate money to charity, that educated you on finances and mental health, and tracked your mood? Time poverty is a real thing. People work 2 to 3 jobs these days to make ends meet. Escapism is therefore the norm. A lot of rewards marketed to us are not healthy. We phub instead of hug, despite our best intentions. It destroys our self-esteem. No matter what we do, it's never enough. We're not enough. Someone else is always richer, prettier, happier, healthier, or smarter. We spend money we don't have and regret it afterwards. Sales encourage impulse buying. Humans desperately want to give back and help others. We just don't know how. Spare Change is a C2B fintech app that helps people donate and save money using roundups and regular contributions. The asset allocation is not stocks or bonds, but saving versus giving. What differentiates this app is its focus on mental health, which is really the same as physical health. This app tracks your spending using your linked bank accounts and charts that with your self-reported moods and your philanthropic giving. The app shows the user positive affirmations regularly to help them feel good about themselves. The app will ask the user how they're doing using a Likert scale. When the rating is low, the app will try to help. It will include simple features for meditation, journaling, and gratitude. It will also show the user local volunteer opportunities to get involved and get out of the house. The app will also be interfaced with third-party apps like Headspace, Meetup, and BetterHelp, etc., to help people get out of the shame spiral in their heads. There are plenty of financial and mental health apps, but there's not one for both. We need this. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline will also be available to dial using the app. Hi, I'm Tim McDaniel. I've worked in banking and mortgage my whole life, have a bachelor's in psychology and an MBA. I'm very passionate about helping people with their money and their mental health. The target market for this app is millennials and Gen Z Americans. Using the app, they could share their altruism on social media. If less than 0.16% of the young population use the app, we'd make about $600,000 a month, and nonprofits would make even more. Young people have got the short end of the stick economically. People are discouraged. Their futures look bleak, and we feel guilty for the externalities. What if we just felt good about ourselves instead of beating ourselves up? I would hire a developer or two if I got funding and create a minimal viable product. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Got something to write some questions down and ready for our judges. We're going to start with Bo this time.
Tim, that's wonderful and great focus on mental health like that. We need a lot more of that, and I applaud you for your efforts already. Is there any other competitor doing anything like this, like even remotely, or is this, I haven't heard of anything. I'm just curious if there's anything else even like that.
Okay, next, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm going to add that what a great problem to go after, and you bring together two things, my mood and my giving, and linking them. I think that's very creative. So I don't know what research you've used to help build that link other than your own personal experience. So I'd be interested in the research that fueled your focus on this area.
Okay, and William?
Yeah, I'll also add my congratulations on both the focus and the presentation. I guess my question, but you kind of answered it right at the end, was how you were going to make money out of this. And I guess my supplementary question is there any, you're talking about raising some money to help people or gaining money to make people feel better. And but you're making a huge amount of profit out of this. Were you any intention to donate some of this, or how were you? Yeah, around the financials. That was my question, really. Sorry, it's not a clear question.
Okay, Tim. So the other Tim, we'll give you 2 minutes to once you start talking.
Thank you, judges. Yeah, there's CoinUp and Roundup, but their focus is not on mental health. It's just on philanthropic charity giving. There's also Acorns for investing. There's Coins for debt repayment. There's Changed for student loan debt repayment. But I could not find one that is a fintech app for mental health. A lot of different apps, but not one for this. I think we desperately need it. It would help a lot of people and a lot of nonprofits. We need something more convenient so people can kind of get out of their own heads and feel good about themselves. Research, I used CoinUp and Roundup. I used Acorns, Coins, Changed. My background in banking, I was a bank teller, loan coordinator, loan processor, loan officer, and so I know kind of like just the customer service aspect of it, some of the pitfalls that these companies have experienced if they have a bank migration that goes south. That happened recently with Coins. And obviously, yeah, there would be, you know, a philanthropic aspect to the profits as well. This is not a business to make a lot of money. It's really about social impact, social change. If I could help people in a big way, that's what I'm all about. And I am just determined on eliminating the stigma, helping people. I'm a bank on financial coach, so I like to work with people one-on-one. And yeah, a lot of people doing similar things, but they don't have this focus on mental health. So I think it'd be very useful. Yeah, I just can continue to search the landscape for other competitors and other ways that I can volunteer myself to make an impact. Volunteering with NAMI recently and going to get involved with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So, you know, I really have a big heart for this kind of stuff, and I love doing it. So.
And that's time.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Give judges a few minutes to finish up their notes. I want to get a thumbs up from them. Our next speaker is going to be Shadow. Shadow, are you ready?
Hi, I still need to share my screen.
Yeah, not yet. Just give us a chance for the judges to give me a thumbs up, and then I'll let you know that we want to do that. Thumbs up from Bo.
Yep, good.
William's good. Jeff's good. Okay, you can share your screen. Everybody, please welcome Shadow Harmon.
Okay. Most sex education classes are limited to basic anatomy, STD prevention, and focus on abstinence while skipping topics like gender and sexual identity. This means that people's knowledge is incomplete and without the tools they need as they mature into sexually active adults. Sexual health and wellness shops, aka sex shops, help bridge the gaps and offer access to products, education, and support to their local community, such as Taboo in Richmond or Priscilla McCall's in Newport News. I'd like you to meet Alex, a 24-year-old student who has questions about their gender identity. They'd like someone to guide them on buying quality products on a student budget. Liz and Deepak are a married couple in their late 30s who've started fostering twin boys. They've noticed that their bedroom passion isn't as fiery and would like some help to reignite that spark. Bob is a retired widower. He is lonely and would like some education on senior dating and intimacy, as well as some products that can aid him. They would love to go to a local store here in Williamsburg for some help, but there isn't one. My name is Shadow Harmon, and I am going to change that. In 2009, I co-founded the first local alternative lifestyle support group. I've presented for William and Mary student groups like Hope, and I am working on becoming a clinical sexologist. My store will provide accurate information, inclusive and body-safe products, coaching, and a platform for discussing topics that are shamed and stigmatized due to cultural or political influences. I would use the money to retain professionals to help me navigate local obscenity and morality laws, a graphics designer to help with branding, and to help further my clinical sexologist certification. Thank you, judges and Star Peninsula, for allowing me this opportunity to share my vision.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Shadow. You want to stop sharing your screen, and then if you have something to take some notes,
I do.
with the judges, and we're going to start with Jeff this time.
Hey, Shadow, thanks for sharing this information. I heard and was asking, kind of listening for who the target market is for it. And I think I heard a whole range. Are there specific targets, and is there a priority of targets you're going after for what you're trying to do here?
Okay, next, William.
Hi, Shadow. That was yeah, very interesting. I guess my question is, how do you propose that your customers will find you and the service that you offer or are planning to offer?
And Bo?
Shadow, wonderful presentation. Thank you for all the work that you've done and support into alternative lifestyles. When it comes to navigating legislation or things like that, is there something that's holding this back from being able to start today? You mentioned, getting licensed and certified. Is that a limitation to where you are right now? Just me not knowing the answer to that. Thank you.
Okay, Shadow, Tim will give you 2 minutes when you start talking.
Thank you so much for your questions. My target audience is going to be anybody that's sexually active and wants information and body safe products here in Williamsburg. As we know, the William and Mary College brings in every year more students who are sexually active, and we have a large retirement community here that is not currently being serviced. And what I envision is being able to have a retail location that will be providing not only just products, but also services like classes and workshops, as well as coaching. We'll offer delivery to the students and to the local area. I want to have curbside pickup. And then to answer your question, Bo, about legislation, yes, here locally, we have obscenity laws and morality laws on the books, and that makes navigating setting up this particular type of retail store a little difficult. And that's why I would like to bring on a lawyer specializing in business that can help us navigate the obscenity laws.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Shadow.
You're welcome.
All right, judges, give you a few seconds to fill out your forms. Just give me a thumbs up. Dennis, are you ready for us?
That was good.
So Jeff, you're good?
Yeah.
Bo's good? I just wait on William. You ready, Dennis?
Yes, I'm here. Hold on.
Okay, so just let me get a thumbs up from our final judge, and then we'll, and William's good. So if you want to go ahead and share your screen, and we'll get started for you. Everybody, please welcome Dennis Woodbury from eZverifi.
Can you see my screen?
We can. You just want to put it into presentation mode so it works.
All right, let's see if I can find it. All right. Hello. Come with me 7 years ago when this news report would forever change my life.
Morning, police in South Georgia are searching for a couple who vanished after traveling across the state to buy a car. Atlanta area grandparents, Bud and June Runyon, were last seen on Thursday. As Mark Strassman shows us, police have named a suspect in connection with their disappearance.
This could have been someone we knew and loved. Like most people, I was unaware of the massive amounts of online corruption and the growing need for verification services. At $6 trillion, cybercrime is the largest illegal business. In addition, consumers lost $5.8 billion to fraud, up 70% from 2020. In fact, the likelihood is great that you'll personally know someone that's been scammed. Hello, I'm Dennis Woodbury. Say hello to eZverifi. With the help from our strategic partners, we have built robust all-in-one verification tool. Our technologies are used by corporations and government agencies, but designed for consumers and small businesses. Now your device can save your life. In real time, you can verify anyone with either an email or phone number. It's that easy. Our services give users immediate access to non-intrusive data to scan and authenticate driver's license, to record GPS with one-time passcodes, build in SMS text messaging, facial recognition of photo IDs, and we use a unique 6 billion device ID database like a digital fingerprint. eZverifi reduces 99% of the risk to its members. Why? Because we are built on trust, honest, pre-vetted members. Non-proprietary makes us flexible and we can span across all platforms. Self-identification is strong because we have strong partnerships, and the price of this is less than a cup of coffee. Anyone that meets strangers online or has a need to engage can help use eZverifi to know who they're meeting every time. Join our network for a one-time $9.99 and $2.49 per inquiry. No contracts, no subscriptions. Our modest 5-year projections show almost 9 million net profit. However, saving lives is what we do. I thank you and invite you to become a member on the battlefields of cybercrime prevention. It's our community. Stop taking risks. Sign up today.
And that's time.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dennis. There you go. I'm going to unshare your screen. Stop sharing. And we'll start with our judges. You have something to take some notes with, Dennis?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to start with William.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for that nice presentation. And it seems like you had an extremely wide set of customers that you were thinking of targeting through this app. And I wondered if you could maybe talk us through your go-to-market strategy.
Okay, and Bo?
Dennis, I was blown away. Fantastic presentation. While you were giving that, I actually looked you up or looked up the company just online already. Website's fantastic, great information. What do you guys need to grow and what's the plan? Are you just looking to be acquired? And why haven't you been acquired already? This is fantastic. Thank you.
And Jeff?
Hey, Dennis, it's good to see you again. I now have heard this a couple times, so I'm now interested in, have you gotten any traction? I guess one of the other judges already looked you up to find that you have a website, but I need to know about your traction and what kind of traction are you seeing and what kind of information are you able to get?
Okay, Dennis, so Tim will give you 2 minutes once you start answering the questions.
Okay. William, the question of going to market strategy will basically rely on our ability to form a good corporate alliance with perhaps someone that has the financial and the development expertise to help us to get to market. Bo, your response, and I appreciate it. I'm ready to get in bed with you right now. Let's go ahead and make something happen. You know, for the most part, we're like any small business, and I feel like we've built a pretty good foundation. We just really need that business development expertise to really take us to the next level. Traction wise, I mean, Jeff, you always ask the tough questions. I mean, we have a little over 300 active users at this point in time, but those numbers should be exceptional. I mean, I think, you know, more than 50% of the people out here have experienced some type of fraud or some online fraud. So there's definitely a need for our services, and with people help like yours, we'll be fine.
Okay, are we good, Tim? Okay, thanks, Dennis. Judges will give you a few seconds, and then we'll have our final picture. Rick, are you ready to go? Bo's good. Got a thumbs up from Bo. Jeff is good.
Yep.
And William's good. Awesome. Rick, are you ready?
Yes, getting there. Ready to screen share.
Perfect. Please welcome our final pitcher for tonight, Rick Kenski from Tru-Rep.
Uh-oh. I got a little tech problem there. Sorry about that. The Zoom thing was covering over my slides. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. When you start, Tim will give you 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Politicians may be trying to divide us, but most Americans agree our government is corrupt and not working for the people. No wonder an anti-corruption group like Represent Us gets over 5 million a year in donations, has over 750,000 fans on Facebook, and Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Douglas, and Katy Perry promoting their cause. With so many discontented, why don't we see more people running for office to fix government? The campaigns of Tara and Jolisha might explain. As Tara told me, there was no one to help or even talk to unless I joined a party. Overwhelmed by the reality that launching a campaign is as involved as starting a business from scratch and not knowing where else to turn, they both saw running as party nominees their only viable option. Sadly, both learned what matters most in primaries by losing to opponents who played to their party's extremes. Hearing both tell me that with my help, they would have gladly run as independents is what inspired the idea of Tru-Rep, a campaign incubator providing new candidates for representative office with a complete staff of experts to run their campaign. I'm Richard Kenski. For almost 6 years, I volunteered with groups trying to fix democracy. In 2018, I personally founded Make Voters Matter to help elect true representatives. We promoted any candidate, regardless of party, who pledged in writing that representing constituents would be their top priority. I personally made animated videos for over 100 candidates, working many long hours, designing and tweaking to get the messaging just right for the first one, gave me the template for all the rest. Today, campaigns are custom designed around a candidate's resume and personal agenda. On the other hand, running as a true representative of the people is the same, and it works anywhere. Like using a video template, all of our candidates will have full access to our team of specialists providing all the expertise needed to run a successful campaign, and at a subscription price that will be less than what others are spending for just an entry-level campaign manager. Our financial potential, that depends on how fast I get Jennifer Lawrence to help me with my videos. But more importantly, we the people need Tru-Rep to help save America. With up to 50% of voters now claiming no party affiliation, isn't it about time we had the choice of either one of the party extremists or a Tru-Rep? Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks, Rick. Unshare your screen. And we'll get our judges ready to roll here. Got something to take some notes, Rick?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, start with Bo this time.
Excellent. Wonderful presentation. And thank you for your civil work and getting us to the state here and sharing what you've done so far. My question is, what specifically do you need from us to be able to move this forward?
Okay, next, Jeff.
Yeah, I also like your presentation. I just, the momentum of both parties and what you're trying to represent. I'm really thinking about your competitive strategy and how you position this relative to what else we have out here.
And finally, William.
Hi, Richard. Thanks for that. You certainly expressed comments on a real issue. I guess my question was really quite specific. I was just wondering if you could talk us through how you determined the price point that you had for your setup.
Okay, Rick, Tim will give you 2 minutes once you start answering the questions.
All righty, love to jump in with that price point right off the bat. Candidates are already spending a ton of money. They're hiring campaign managers. The small campaigns, minimum. A campaign manager here is going to cost from $5,000 to $7,000. What a lot of them do is they go cheap. They get an entry level for a college guy or 23-year-old for $2,500. So that gives us our base to play with. As far as the need, I have in 2021, for instance, I had 38 candidates, Republicans, independents, libertarians, and actually mostly Democrats that signed the pledge. I have had over 100 candidates do that pledge. On one of the problems, I'm going to jump right in and admit, if you go with a party, the party will help you with a lot of stuff. There's also groups like Tech for Campaigns. They fired that up. They got 18,000 volunteers to jump in, and they will build you a website, for instance, which is one of the services we provide. But the thing is, you have to be a Democrat in order to get that service. Run for something, will do stuff for you as well. But still, these people are still hiring campaign managers. We give them the full range of things and stuff that a lot aren't. For instance, I work with a lot of candidates personally on messaging and trying to get them focused. And we can do that. For instance, a lot of stuff you can do it gig-wise. I have a couple speech trainers, forgive me, that, you know, I can have my 65 candidates all lined up. It's all online.
That is time, Rick.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Rick. And we'll give the judges just a few seconds here to finish up their sheets. Excuse me, thumbs up from Bo. Okay, all three judges are finished. So judges going to send you all and Dan and off with Andrew into your private deliberation room. You should have a link for that. Excuse me. Everybody else stay here, and we'll take about a 10-minute break now, and we'll come back. So let's say we'll come back at 7:39, and we'll have a chit chat. Tim and I'll be here, and you guys can ask questions, and we'll just talk a bit and wait for the judges to finish making their decisions.
Looks like we have judges back.
Oh, that's scary.
We've been called many things, but scary.
And
You're the business fairy, so now we have to be, you know, scared.
We're really nice.
Fairy godfather. Okay, we'll see.
Okay, our judges are back. Everybody's back. Judges with, so we'll make the announcement here in just a few minutes, but judges, do you have any general comments that you'd like to share with the pitchers tonight?
Yeah, I'll start. So first of all, thank you to each one of you who really took the time to share your ideas, and really the passion around it was really clear. You all did a fantastic job. We wish we could give, you know, of course, awards to each and every one of you. We would have, because you really all did great. And I'm not just saying that because we are paid to say that, because Tim pays us real big bucks to, you know, to do this, you know. I mean, I'm still eating my coffee, Tim. You owe me. But we really do appreciate you guys. You all did fantastic. And thank you all for doing it. Be proud of yourselves, and keep going. All of you, keep going.
Maybe I can just add into that, echo what Jeff said, and the quality of the presentations was really good, very clear and enjoyable, and I guess your passion came through as well for each of your own topics, so thanks.
Yeah, and I'll say the same. Yeah, your passion, everything that you put into this, you can see your heart in everything that each one of you have done. Continue on, even if you are not in the top winner spot, you are making a difference and making an impact in what you do. Continue this and keep going. Thank you.
Tim, did you want to get our picture if we can get before we make our announcement so that nobody leaves?
That would be a great idea. Thank you for that reminder.
If Dennis wants to come back in, it would be good. I know he's kind of camera shy, but yeah, there you go. There you go, Dennis. So we're all in. So do you want to do the picture, Tim?
Yeah, I will do that. So everybody look
at your camera and smile.
Bright, shiny, and happy. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. I think that.
Awesome.
Real quick.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Tim, do you have any last minute comments before we make our announcement?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I would like to thank the host localities for doing what they do, because it is really, really important, and to watch the founders and entrepreneurs, watch them progress as we are in year 11 doing this, to see some of the companies do what they've been able to do during that time frame has been really, really cool to see. The hoodie that I had on earlier today, that was from Instant Teams, who had a $13 million Series A raise within the last year. They were a winner here. That's where they got their start. Busky Cider, that's where they got their start. They were the winner year one. So it's really super cool to see what Star Peninsula has been able to do and what we're going to continue to do. So stick with it. I'm excited to find out who it is, because I don't know.
I know. Oh, a really bad connection. Oh, we can't announce them now. It's terrible. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? And I'm before we do that, I'm just going to echo what the other guy said. So I coach people on their pitch stuff and the presentations for a living, and I would say that all of you did a great job. And I see so many train wrecks, and I was really excited that there wasn't a train wreck, and people all told their story, and it was really great. So congratulations. I love that.
I would just like to apologize for not addressing Jeff is the honorable 119. I mean, my apologies to you, Jeff.
Come on, that's right. The honorable 119. Hey guys, I was 119th guest on his show. And I remember the first day he created it. It took 119 other guests to invite me. I'm just saying, I'm not bitter or anything. Y'all don't feel my bitterness associated with this, you know?
I was way higher than that on the show.
You can't be. It's only at 121.
No, I mean, I was way
you guys got an invite?
All
right, man, I opened myself up for that one.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. Here we go. The drum roll, right? This is not in any particular order. These are just the top three. Hemo-stat vitamins. Next. Spare change. And finally, eZverifi. Where did Dennis go?
He's just like a symbol. He's like Prince.
He's just
he's like Prince reincarnate. He's a symbol.
Yeah, there you are, Dennis.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo. Okay, everybody.
Yo.
So that concludes our pitch evening. Thanks for being here. Again, thanks to our three judges for helping us out, and localities for their support, as Tim already said. And
Gary, thank you, Gary. Andrew, thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate all that you do.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.